So yeah, I guess we're talking about these stereotypes with the Bebe's kids thing.
Okay, y'all didn't want to do. Okay,
You know, um, why is it that who produced the movie, and why is it that it's geared towards stereotyping black people?
you want to talk about just that one stereotypes or all of them? The wiggers, the
I mean, we're just we're talking about, we're picking out movies from, say, um like the mid '90s on to the 2000s. Stereotypes, Malibu's Most Wanted, Bebe's Kids, Losing Isaiah. Remember that movie with Halle Berry? She
vaguely.
lost her baby.
I do. I remember the name. I remember that one.
Yeah, that one. Um, I mean, there's just a bunch, man. You know what I'm saying? And just want to know who the producers of these movies was. You know what I'm saying? I didn't actually look it up. I don't know who
I
wrote the
also
script for
want to
Baby's
know
Kids.
why in every all the movies the black guy's the bad guy. From Conan, he had Darth Vader, the original. What's his name? Ray Earl Jones. And Conan Barbarian, Ray Earl Jones was the bad guy. Remember, he
Yeah.
cut off his head. He was the bad guy, and that. What's the name? Another
Yes.
movie that had a black dude as the bad guy.
Demolition Man
Demolition
with
Man.
Sylvester
Yeah,
Stallone.
like all the black dudes were the bad dudes. Demolition Man.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's got to be a protagonist and an antagonist for these movies. And so it's like I don't even really think that because I'm gonna tell you, man, some of these roles, like Simon Phoenix, the one we were talking about, Demolition Man, it wasn't even supposed to
Yeah, I can't
be
see enough.
played by it wasn't even supposed to be played
What?
by
Are you
Wesley Snipes at
serious?
first.
Who's supposed to be
Yeah,
played by?
I
By
can't
who?
remember. I can't remember, but
Somebody
it
white?
wasn't a lot of these. I can't remember. You have to look it up. You got a phone? Look it up.
I didn't shit. I didn't even know that. I was gonna say shit. I thought he played. I can't see nobody else playing that role. That's just like when I was talking about Puff Daddy trying to play. He went for the role of Bishop. Nigga, you can't play that role better than Tupac.
Yeah, that's
Like
crazy.
what?
So here's a
I
good
can't see
tidbit.
nobody else being Demolition. I can't see nobody else being Simon Phoenix.
Well,
Let
see,
me see.
it's all up to the producers, man. They got the right to switch things around how they please, man. It's like, look, for the Cosby Show, the role of Rudy was originally supposed to be a boy,
What?
and but they liked Keisha Knight
Is
Pulliam's
that why the
performance
name's
so
Rudy
good.
or Ruby? No, hold
Yes,
on.
it's Rudy.
Yeah, it's like that's a what you call it, a unisex name?
Yes,
Okay, okay. That makes
and
sense.
they said the role was supposed to originally it was the character was supposed to originally be a boy, but they liked Keisha Knight Pulliam's performance so good that they changed it and wrote the script for a girl. Changed the script to be a girl. And
Huh.
so with these roles, just because we see these people in these roles, they that doesn't mean that was the actor that was originally supposed to be in the role. You know what I'm saying? And so I think it might be. I don't think it has too much to do with stereotypes in that area. I think it just has to do with whoever shows up and whoever just gets the part. You know what I mean? If you show up and you get the part and they like you, they're going to say, "Hey, we want you for the role." Now, some roles get
Bro,
specifically wrote for certain actors.
guess who they said the role was for Simon Phoenix?
Who?
Jackie Chan.
Wow. You see what I'm saying? And so that is, I don't want to say that debunks the whole stereotype thing, but just what we were saying as far as villains, people like just because like saying we get that person on screen doesn't mean that was the role. That person, they probably, man, Jackie Chan probably said, you know what, I don't want to do it. Jackie Chan's probably not the only person that they chose. He's probably just one of them. And a person probably just said, I don't want to do it, and it got passed to the next actor. Wesley Snipes just happened to have experience in martial arts, and so it fit the character. That's what they wanted, someone to fit martial arts. But can you picture Simon Phoenix being Jackie Chan?
No, I can't.
I
No,
can't either, dog. I can't
that's
either.
crazy.
And this is the reason why. It's because we got so good of an iconic performance from Wesley Snipes. We can't imagine it being anybody else. You see what I'm saying? And that's
That is
probably why he
true.
got the role.
That so
You know
that
what I mean?
the director of Bebe's Kids is a guy named Bruce W. Williams. I mean Bruce W. Smith.
Now, is he black or white?
I'm trying to find a picture of him now. Let's see. He's black.
Okay. Okay. And so maybe this is the reason. Maybe they just wanted to write a stereotypical black comedy script just for the sake of comedy. You know what I'm saying? We can chalk it up to comedy.
Yeah, he
You know what I'm
he's
saying?
also the same director for Disney's The Princess and the Frog too.
Okay, okay, okay. So they probably had a specific demographic in mind when they marketed these movies. Bebe's Kids, because he wrote for Disney, Bebe's Kids
Yep.
was was actually supposed to be marketed toward adults. I remember I remember back in the day we used to say Bebe's Kids was the rated R cartoon and we wanted to go see it because it was cussing in it. But it wasn't geared toward kids just because it had kids in it. But the kids was cursing, they were smoking, gambling, doing all types of stuff, drinking. In the movie, there were sexual innuendos, all types of stuff, man. And so I don't want to say it's like, because I said it yesterday. I said, who's writing these scripts? And the reason why I said that is because I was wondering if Bebe's Kids might have been wrote by a black person. Do me a favor, man. See who wrote the script for Malibu's Most Wanted and see if that person is African American or white. And I'm almost guaranteeing you that person is probably
That
he's
white
not
dude
an
wrote
African
it.
American.
The
Who?
dude who's rapping, Jamie Kennedy, he wrote it. Yeah.
Jamie Kennedy?
The ain't that his name? That he's the one rapping. He's the main
The
character.
dude that
He
played
wrote the movie.
B-Rap from the Boo?
Yes, yes.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember
Well,
seeing that.
well, I can't really say for sure if man, where else did I
Yeah.
see that dude play in? What else
Malibu's
did he
Most
play
Wanted
in?
was written by Jamie Kennedy, Fax Bear, Adam Small, and Nick Swartzen. Yeah, Jamie Kennedy, he wrote it. Starred and developed as B-Rack, the character. Yep, he's the one who wrote it.
Okay, okay, okay. So basically, man, they just wanted to do it for the sake of comedy, man. I don't think there's looking at it from that standpoint, I don't think there's too much stereotypical um stereotypes going on with like I mean there's probably is with like movies, but I think more so it's like, bro, if you show up and they like you, they're gonna pick you. If they don't like you, they're gonna
Yeah,
pick you. And that could be a stereotype in itself. You know what I'm saying?
that's true. That's
That could be a
true.
stereotype in itself. And so when we talk about movies like Bebe's Kids, were and the whole like okay, so losing Isaiah, you know, is talking about a typical black woman who was addicted to crack and she ends up getting pregnant. I can't remember who the father was. It might have been a trick or something because I know she was turning tricks. But she gets pregnant. She ends up, I think, throwing the baby away or doing something with the baby. But the baby gets adopted anyway. She ends up getting clean, da 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 da. And she tries to get the kid back. Well, the stereotype is and one could a person could say, well, why couldn't why couldn't the protagonist be white and addicted to crack or addicted to meth or something like that? Well, that wasn't the thing back then. You didn't have a lot of white people using crack back then. You know what I'm saying? Crack was
Yeah.
a predominantly a black used drug in the hood, in the ghetto. And so when they write these scripts for people like Halle Berry, I don't think it's too much stereotypical. I think that's really what's going on at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now, if they were to write a losing Isaiah today, which I think would be a cool concept, and the mother was addicted to say meth or fentanyl or something, you know, just make it different.
I think the
But I don't. I think
storyline
it's
was
less
like, I think
stereotypical.
because losing Isaiah is based on a true story.
I
And
did
I
not know
think
that.
what it was yeah, I think what it was showing a all white family raising a crack addicted child and showing that this boy, because as he, I think after she got off drugs, she went to get him back and she wound up getting him back, but he didn't want to live with the mom because he was already attached to the white family.
Right.
So I think like they wind up working something out to where like he can be in between families or something, like to where they can both raise him, and he wind up being a good productive child.
Right.
I
But do
do
you
know
think
she
that's a
was
stereotype,
addicted to
though?
drugs. I remember she was, huh?
Do you think that's a stereotype,
I
or do
don't
you think it's
think
just what the
so
times?
because I think the storyline wasn't the I think it was what got them was the storyline. But you got to remember in cases like that, at that time in all inner cities, because there are a lot of white folks who be in them inner cities, they be doing them drugs too. But you had a lot of
Yeah.
cases like
Now,
Tupac
though.
was talking about with the Brent. This is a Brenda's Got a Baby case.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what Tupac was always rapping about. I mean, not always rapping about, but he was rapping about saying going on around them times. So I think Isaiah was born around them times where women was just doped up, having kids, and just can't take care of them, so they dope them. Because where we from, that's real bad too. I don't know if you know that. It was a lot of girls, man, who was having babies and porta potters, but it's only because they was raped by family members. And the kids is
Mm.
from that type of situation.
Right.
So that certain situations is different. But losing Isaiah definitely I don't think there was ever another I don't think was there ever another movie like that where a black woman had thrown her kid away and some white people raised it and they tried to get it back. I don't know if
Um.
there's another movie like that.
I don't think so. I doubt it. Not that I can think of off the top of my head. But like I said, I think it just really went with the times. You know what I mean? I think it really just went with the times because I
Yeah.
want to say losing Isaiah came out at around 95, 94, something like that.
It came out 95.
95.
Yeah, it came out 95. Yep.
Okay. And so that's pretty
It came
much
out
when the
about
crack
95.
epidemic was really hitting hard. I mean, like around like LA and stuff like it had been hitting hard in like the 80s and stuff like that, but in like the mid 90s with all the gangs and stuff. And where did losing Isaiah take place? In New York?
Chicago.
Chicago? Okay.
That was
Well,
in
yeah,
Chicago. Yeah.
probably even worse than in Chicago. She probably lived in the projects.
I believe I know at the time. I know if as far as I remember when she was getting situated, they did place her in the projects, and that's around the time they show in the movie where she was trying to get Isaiah back, and she was placed. I think she stayed like in a project apartment complex type deal. But Bebe's kids, though, Bebe's kids, listen, but Bebe's kids, the thing with me was that was always a term people would use when adults had kids that were bad. Like in my case, it started with us being in church. And of course, my brother, he's a little ruffian.
Yeah.
It was an incident where it was my mom had invited one of her friends over with us to go to church, and one of the dudes at the church she was trying to holler at. So we all in the
Right.
vehicle waiting for her and my mom to come back. She gets to the car before my mom. Well, she's out there hollering at dude, and my brother is like messing with this cat. And this dude's like, man, what's wrong with these kids, man? And she's just like, laughing, talking. And my brother just keep messing with this dude to the point where the dude's like getting real mad. Now we all
Yeah.
tagging in, you know what I'm saying? Now we all messing with dude. So he eventually gets mad, and when he walks off, he was like, man, them dudes is a bunch of Bebe's kids. So he was like I would say like I guess you could say like a popular person at the church. Everybody knew who the cat was. He was much older. He was in high school, so because I was in middle school at the time, so he was a lot older than me. But everybody knew him, and when he went back, and like I said, I was in the choir, so he was also in the choir. So when we would come to choir practice, this dude was like, "Oh man, that's the Bebe's kids. That's the Bebe's kids." And everybody was like, "What the hell this dude talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, man, them kids is bad. You don't mess with them kids. Them kids is bad. Them the Bebe's kids." So that's what I kind of
Yeah.
remember the term coming from, and it was always used as a term that cats back in the day would use for young black males per se, who were just bad, you know what I'm saying? Who was just
Yeah.
knuckleheads, and it stuck. So I remember one time it was an incident, and it was another boy at church, and he was sitting in the what you call it, the row in front of me,
Mm-hmm.
and he kept looking back at me, making googly eyes. We was making faces at each other, like faces and stuff. So when he turned around and he looked, he was like, and I'm like, he's like, so I start laughing. I ain't think he's serious. Then he looks back again and keeps pointing at me. He's like, and I'm like, is this nigga serious? So I ain't thinking nothing of it. Church goes, ends. I'm walking out with the rest of the crowd. I'm walking out. And as soon as I go past this door, he just comes from out of nowhere. Bam, bam, bam. He lights me up. He starts firing on me. He just starts attacking me. And he's putting his hands on me. So I'm like, man, I'm trying to get away from this dude. So as I'm running from him, he's chasing me. Man, I just turned around, bop, hit him one time. And when I hit him, he backed up. And his eyes was like wide, like, oh yeah, you done messed up now. So I start laughing and I take off from him. He couldn't catch me. Why did this boy go into this church? And you remember the Puerto Rican up in New York? Kill me right now. Just drop. He did that. That boy went into that church, dropped to the ground, started yelling, screaming. Everybody's looking at him like, what's wrong with him? So I panic and I run back inside like, yo, get the hell up. I didn't hit you that damn hard. And now I hear somebody in the crowd yell, I told y'all about those Bebe kids. And everybody just starts laughing. Everybody just starts laughing. Now the boy's crying even more. It's even harder. His mom gets involved. Y'all stop laughing. He could have punched his eye out. I'm like, bro, it ain't even that damn serious. But they was just like, yo, them Bebe's kids. I told y'all, leave the Bebe kids alone. So from that point on, it just got worse and worse and worse with the Bebe's kids. Like my mom had to, like, one time had to check them. We used to do a lot of riding around on them buses, going to different churches singing. And somebody said they didn't know my mom was behind us. So when we got on the bus, they was like, all the Bebe's kids. And as soon as my mom stepped on the bus, she said, I know we ain't about to start that shit. And everybody just got quiet. I was like, damn.
Damn.
Yeah, she's yeah.
And so,
But I ain't gonna lie,
and
it'd be other
so,
churches, man, that would come visit our church, man. They got badass kids and they would want to fight. So we'd all go outside and fight. So that kind of
yeah.
brought more onto the name too. I was like,
And
damn.
so they stereotyped it. People stereotyped it. Really, the movie was about a chick named Bebe who just happened to be black and left her kids at home. Now that story is stereotypical, but because it's written by a black person and it's for comedy purposes, you know what I'm saying? It's cool in my book.
I mean, uh, I don't know. Have you ever met a woman who was like that?
Yeah,
I've actually came across a woman who
there's
was
some in
actually like that,
Radcliffe.
who
What are you
just
talking
drop her
about?
kids off and just go out and just do what they do. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? So I
you
can't
know
really
what I'm
say
saying?
it. I mean, not all women are like that, but I will say this: it's not just black women who do that. I've
No,
seen me personally, because I guess I could say the atmosphere I was at, it was more whites than blacks I see do that.
yeah,
So yeah,
me too.
that definitely is a stereotype if you want to assume something like that. That's definitely a stereotype.
Okay, so now what do
Uh
you think about the Malibu's Most Wanted? About the
that's
Wiggers?
now
Well, the
listen,
so-called,
listen,
what they so-called Wiggers or whatever.
bruh. You see, you don't watch The Wire, so check it out. And I think it's the season two. They decide to do more of the white cat selling the drugs. So they have a young white boy in the TV show who's wearing do rags, talking the slang, the big baggy clothes, to where the older white boy who's fronting the pack calls him over and is like, "Hey, come here, man." Dude walks over. He's like, you know you ain't black, right?" And the white dude's like, "What's that supposed to mean?" Basically, you know what I'm saying? So, bruh, when I seen the TV show, I'm thinking in my head, man, white dude, I ain't never met no white dudes like that. You know what I'm saying? That's dressed like that. Like, come on, bro, you're a white dude. What you doing with a do rag on your head? You ain't. You know what I'm saying? The extra baggy clothes, the extra blackness, I guess you would say. I was like, I ain't. So I always thought that was a stereotype. Well, I go visit and I'm actually in the mall and I see a white kid dressed just like that kid that I just seen on TV. Baggy clothes. The walk was extra hard. He had the white girlfriend who looked just like a black chick. She had the hair was greasy, the big ass earrings, the bubble coat with the Timberland boots, the nice little tight jeans around her ass, and then I'm like, damn, that motherfucker's really just like that. You know what I'm saying? I thought it was funny. To me, it's funny because I'm like, bro, those like I didn't. I thought that was just a TV show. But there's really
Yeah,
people who dress like that, like Malibu's Most Wanted. There's really white cats in California who probably do dress like and act like that. I would not doubt that one bit. I would definitely not doubt that. I never probably came across it other than, like I said, when like that little boy was dressed on The Wire. I've seen him dressed like that, but the Malibu's Most Wanted, nah. But I would not doubt it though. I wouldn't doubt it one bit. The slang, the
yeah,
dress, the walk, the extra
yeah.
hardness,
And
the
so,
CDs selling. Yeah, I would not
yeah,
doubt it one bit.
and
And
so
it is what it is. I
this is the
remember
funny part.
the term wigger. I remember when I first heard that term, I didn't know what it was, but I never heard it, but I had a feeling it was something to do with a white and a black mixed word. So I asked, and that's what they. And when they told me that's what it was, I was like, I kind of figured that. And I'm not gonna lie, I only thought that was a term used in Kentucky. I did not
For
know that
real?
was a actual yes, because I never
Well,
heard the
this is the
term.
thing. In the movie, they refer to it as posers. You see
Oh,
what I'm saying?
posers,
They don't
yeah, that's
actually
a
say
good
the
word
word
for it.
wigger. Yeah, they say
Mm,
posers.
posers, that's a good
And
word for
so
it. That's a better word
that
for it.
kind of softens the blow a
Posers.
little bit.
Because where we from, it's wigger.
No, it's
And
real
I would
shit.
only
I already
hear
know.
white people say it though. When I was younger,
I
it was
mean,
white people used the term. Because that's where I first
I've
heard it
heard,
from. Oh, he thinks he's a wigger.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. But as middle school, he thinks he's a wigger. And I'm like,
We,
is he a white man? I'm like, let me ask
I
him.
don't even think
What does that mean?
that's a
He thinks he's a
derogatory
black
term.
person.
So why would no. You can't use it like that because it's a
That's what he
derogatory
used it.
term. So they can't be like, oh, well, he thinks he's a wigger. That doesn't even sound right. That's a derogatory term.
No, yeah,
That's like
that's what they
saying, oh,
said.
he thinks he's an idiot.
He is
That
an
doesn't make
idiot.
sense.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of
That
those
don't make
wiggers.
sense.
He's trying to be one of those
He's a
wiggers.
wigger. He's been
Which I
wiggerized.
mean,
But anyway, man.
AKA posers, as they call them.
Yeah.
But hey, to each his own.
B rap
I
from the booth. And then they even
and I
wrote the
guess it
script.
trickles down to, huh?
They even had
You
him in
said
the
B
movie
Rap
in
was
the
the
script. No, listen, in the movie, they even had him in the script say the N-word when he was doing the rap battle.
oh yeah.
Yeah, he dropped it. You know what I'm saying?
Hardcore
And then everybody
nigga.
went silent. Yeah. Everybody went silent after that.
That was a funny part. And I'm
That
a
was probably the
hardcore
funniest part of the
nigga.
movie. Yeah.
And they,
That was probably the funniest part of the movie.
and nigga Eddie, what Mike F said, it's Black
He's like, you
History
out your
Month. Get
rabbit
him
ass
out of
mind. It's
here.
Black History Month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a hardcore nigga.
It's crazy. But no,
Malibu's Most
that
Wanted
part,
and Bebe's Kids. Shout out those two movies, man. We just calling
yeah.
out the stereotypes, man. We call it how we see it, man. Y'all know y'all was wrong for that. You made good comedy, though. I will say that. You made good
You
comedy. I mean,
know
that's just
what you
like, hey, I'm
did.
gonna tell you who did the best one. Dave Chappelle with Howdy Niggas. How it was the white people who were the
Yeah.
niggas. You know how your niggas is with your bills. You're always late. You think I can get paid?
The nigga president.
There's a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Dave Chappelle did it the best though. Yeah. Yeah, you think
That's
I get
crazy.
paid today? You know how you niggas is with your bills. You're always late. Yeah, sure. Sure, Tommy, we'll give you the money. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's that.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
remember that's that boy. Remember that's the niggas I work for. You talking about that nigga you owe money to? Nah, not that nigga, baby. Them the good niggas.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, this mother. Hey, there's all types of stereotypes in that little clip. Meet the
Yeah.
niggas.
Yes.
So yeah, I
Man,
mean,
Dave
hey,
Chappelle had, bro, he's
but
the king of
listen,
stereotype.
listen. I will say this: white people love it. That's the only that listen. And I've been around several of them, and they love Dave Chappelle, bro. And when they mention his show, that's one of the ones they mention, but they don't drop the N bomb. And it's so funny when they mention it. I like the one where he's the milkman. You know the N people? The what? Where he's the milkman. Oh, you talking about the niggas? Yeah. Because they can't say it.
Oh shit.
Hey,
Hey,
Eddie
bro,
Dave
that's
Chappelle, boy,
crazy.
he's a genius. I will give him that. He's a genius.
Bro, he
He
turned down
definitely
90
is.
million to come back to do another season. He didn't want to do it. And now we
I
have no
mean, I
Charlie
kind of
Murphy. And so
don't
he's
have no
helping
Charlie
write the
Murphy.
scripts. Yeah, so it wouldn't even be the same, man. You know,
And they also said he felt some type of way
about what?
when he went and talked to the people. He was like, I can make fun of blacks, but I can't make fun of gays and Jews. But it's okay to do black skits.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy. That's a whole
yeah.
nother
He had mentioned
topic.
something about that. He had mentioned something
That
about that. But man, I don't know. Some of them, I lightweight feel him on that. I remember one time I was I was in a crowd and I told a joke, and it was the first time I probably told this joke. It was like that was the first and the last time I've told that. It wasn't the first time I told the joke, but it was the last time I told the joke, just because the way I felt. You know what I'm saying? Even though I had people laughing, but it was like, nah, I'm cool on that. So I don't even tell. I ain't even gonna share that Mickey Vicky with you on here. But yeah. So I
yeah.
do feel Dave Chappelle on some of them jokes, bro. Some of them jokes, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it was a high little joke. I thought it was funny. That's why I told the joke. But then when I the way they was laughing was like, I ain't gonna tell that no. No, sir. We ain't
Yeah,
gonna go off the
because it's too many. Listen, that's a whole nother subject, but that's a whole nother stereotype. Whole nother subject, whole nother stereotype, whole nother show.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
uh as far as Dave Chappelle, man, he I think he's the king of stereotypes, man. And I think he opened the door for us to be comfortable with stereotypes. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
By making it into
True.
comedy. You know what I'm saying? Because he's taken
Yes.
he's taken bad stuff that's really, really bad, like racism and stuff, and he's turning it into comedy, but it's not necessarily geared to offend anybody, but it's just
Like the
telling
Black
his
Klansman.
truth. Yes, yeah. It's not necessarily that you can't offend white people with that. You can't really offend black people with that. It's not really offensive.
Nah.
It's just funny. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
he was
it's
like
just
that.
it's just it's just
He
funny, man. Yeah. And I mean, I like
and
if you
that's
don't
definitely
like,
true. Cause everybody loves that Black Klansman. That's another one
yeah,
I've heard white folks talk about. They like that one too,
yeah.
that Black Klansman.
That's one of his funniest ones. Clayton
You
Bigsby.
think so?
Yeah. That shit's funny as hell, dog. You can't lie, bro. When you first seen that shit, you wasn't rolling. I was.
My favorite one, and I ain't even gonna lie, is the Rick James, the
That
damn
one's
Charlie
funny
Murphy
too.
stories. That is the
Yeah.
best
But see,
ones. The
yeah,
Prince
but
and the
Charlie,
Rick James. The
all
tables have
those
turned,
Charlie
Charlie
Murphy wrote
Murphy.
though.
Hey
Charlie Murphy
man,
wrote
those
all
was
those
dope.
though. They
Did he?
were. He
Man,
did.
those
Those are
was
all
dope.
true.
Those
They're all true stories.
those are my favorite ones. That one right. Those the Prince and but the damn Rick James, hands down, best one. And the niggas. Meet the niggas. That's a good one too. Howdy, niggas.
Meet the niggas. Howdy, niggas.
Them stereotypes, man. I'm telling you, bro.
Oh, bro. That's funny.
Shout out Dave Chappelle,
But
man. Keep up the
shout
good
out
work,
Dave
bro.
Chappelle, man.
Keep us laughing, man. That's what
Bring
brings us
back the
all together.
Chappelle
These
show,
dang
man.
on stereotypes. I can't believe that.
Yeah.
These stereotypes. But some stereotypes is true. I heard what they say
That's what I'm
about black
saying.
men.
Listen, this is the question. Stereotypes are in place for a reason. So is it safe to say that stereotypes is just another word to say what people are thinking just without saying it? You know what I'm saying? And so
It's a good question.
the stereotype has to be an abundance of people. one person can't just say, well, I don't like this because, well, I think this is this way because but like if 10 people say that, or 20 people, and then it becomes
It's
20,000 people to a million to a whole bunch, and then it's a stereotype. You see what I'm saying?
it sounds like the thing in SAP where they say if one person tells you you gotta chill, uh, listen to them, and two people tell you you should start checking. Something like that. You know what I'm saying? They say you gotta
Right.
tell. But okay, that's just like this. I know you've heard this before. And when I was in jail, this was discussed. The stereotypes with not bashing Caucasians, but the stereotype with they don't use wash rags. Have you heard that before?
No,
Really? Yes.
no.
That's a real big discussion. Why white folks don't use wash rags when they take showers. I've heard
I've never
some
heard that.
the yeah, you really never heard that.
I really never heard
Yes,
that, bro.
that's definitely you can Google that thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That almost sounds made up. But I mean,
It's definitely been a topic I've heard talked about in personal life. As I was telling you, we was in jail and
right.
the discussion came up about stereotypes. And it was a black dude cool with his white buddy. They was talking. And the white dude had said he don't use soap. And the black dude was like, man, that's crazy because that's not the first time I've heard this before. And the crazy part about it is I'm chiming in on their discussion. I'm thinking the same crap. I didn't heard white folks say they don't use washcloths. They use squeegees, what you call them? Squunges, them them
They're called
scrunches,
loofahs. They're called
loofahs. They use
loofahs.
loofahs, or they use nothing
Yeah,
at all, or soap.
I use
Now
loofahs.
loofahs I
Those are
can see,
good.
but just a bar of soap, using it to wash, yeah. So yes, I have heard that stereotype that white folks do not use washcloths when they bathe.
Right, right, right. Well, no, I've
I
never
like I
heard that,
said,
but I mean, listen,
and the ones who were in
if
jail with me, it probably was maybe two out of the five that said they did use washcloths. And the other ones
wow,
was like, nah. It was like, what? They were like, no, we don't. But like I said, I've heard that before. So it's I don't, and
yeah,
and I know the ones I've met, they use, like I said, the foo-foos, the fifis, whatever the hell you call it.
the
They didn't have no
loofahs.
rags, but they still use the that thing. So I don't know. But yeah, that is a stereotype though. That definitely is. I've heard one that I've
Yeah,
heard.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've
man.
never heard that,
Hmm.
but I listen. I've been to jail plenty of times, man. If a motherfucker ain't taking a shower, man, it's I've been around plenty of motherfuckers that didn't
No, no, no. It's not
want to
that
take
they don't take
showers.
showers. They take showers. They just don't use wash rags. They take a bar of
Oh,
soap and
okay,
they use that and wash their body with the bar of soap.
okay, okay,
Yeah, yeah. They definitely bathing. They just ain't using the wash rag. Yeah, you
okay.
got all types out there. I've always heard well, they are kind of fast. Black people are fast. That's why they was in most of the sports like football and crap like that. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mhm.
He got bunnies. Always running from the cops. That's why he's so fast. You don't remember that? They always say that. That's why you fast. You stay
Eh,
running from the police. That's why you on that
Damn
field fast. Act
racist.
like the cops is behind you when you on that
Yeah,
field.
that's just straight up
Mm-hmm.
racist. That's just straight up damn racist. That ain't even a stereotype. And find that guy
Yeah.
and fire him.
Mhm.
Find that guy and fire him pronto.
Coach, why you put the dogs behind him? I made him feel like a slave. Mhm.
Yeah. Get that doggy
Man, so
running.
yeah, we get there's just all types of stereotypes about people, different races. It's crazy. It's crazy. They say black don't crack. I heard one say Asians don't raise them.
What?
It's
You said
it's
black
like
don't
saying
crack and
blacks,
Asians.
yeah, Asians don't
Oh,
raise them. You know, raisins look
Asians
all
don't
old and
raise
shit.
them.
Yeah, they
Oh,
don't get
black don't
all
crack
old.
and Asians don't raise them.
Yeah,
I've heard
Asians
it.
don't raise them.
Where's listen? This that sounds like some real hickish hillbilly slang. Okay,
I wouldn't
I'm
doubt it.
not from the sticks, bro. I'm from the burbs. We don't talk like that out there.
Nigga said the birds.
I'm from the
Nigga said the
burbs.
birds.
Am I not? Am I not from
You
the
from
burbs?
Shelton Road, nigga.
The burbs, Meadow Lake.
He's-
Yeah, the
I
burbs. I didn't say the
Yeah, I
hood. I
guess you
said
could
the
say Meadow
burbs.
Lake was the burbs.
Come
Yeah,
on, man. It wasn't the hood. What was the hood?
I guess you would say Park
East Lincoln
City.
Trail. East Lincoln
East
Trail.
Lincoln Trail. Yeah, East Lincoln Trail.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But
We
nah, man. You know, stereotypes, man. Yeah, man. Everybody's got them, like opinions. Some of them stick.
Oh, remember when you act crazy, what they used to say? Why you gotta act all ghetto? You remember that?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've heard that.
Why you
Pretentiously
gotta
ghetto.
act
I've
all
heard. I've heard
ghetto?
somebody say that. I've heard the word
Why you gotta
pretentiously
act
ghetto
all
used,
ghetto? Ghetto?
but
Motherfucker, I
it
ain't never
wasn't
been
on
to
me
the
though.
ghetto. It wasn't on you.
Yeah, no.
Somebody said it to you.
Somebody said it to someone on this podcast at some point on one of our episodes that someone was pretentiously ghetto and didn't know what they were talking about.
Yeah, that sounds
I
like that
don't want
person.
to. I don't know who it was, but I know it wasn't me.
What I say, it falls back on the stereotype, just what we was talking about.
Yes, yes. And so, listen, when we stereotype, listen, you like I said, a stereotype. And what did Keith say yesterday, man? Oh no, 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 no. I know what he said. And so I'm going to relate it. I'm going to relate it to what he said yesterday. He said there is no morals. There's no such thing as morals. Well, I want to say there's no such thing as stereotypes then, because it's almost the same concept. Because because stereotypes can change, just like morals can change. It changes with with the situation, with society, with politics. Same with stereotypes. What's in then may not be in now. What's in now may not be in later. You understand what I'm saying? And so the
Mm.
stereotypes change, dude. So there's really not. It's really choice of perception. So there's really not even no such thing as stereotypes, man. It's really just what you perceive. But if enough people perceive the same thing, then it gets labeled a stereotype. Same thing with the moral.
So do you remember any of the you remember any of the I guess you could call them black jokes?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
You
heard them all.
okay.
I've heard them all, bro.
Would you
I,
would
I've
you
I've heard them all.
would you say those are true stereotypes or not stereotypes?
Fuck,
Let
no,
me give you one, for
that's a
instance.
hard. That's tough
Uh
because you're asking me about I'm black though, so you can't ask me to make fun of my own race.
nah, I'm not saying making fun. I'm just asking you, do you think it's true or not? Where they
Okay,
said, I remember they had one.
before you ask me, I want you to give me your answer first, and then I'll give you my answer.
I say no. I say no.
Hold
Where
on, you
they
didn't even
use
ask me
where they used to
first.
say, where they would say, if you wanted to starve a black man, put his food stamps in his work boots. I see you making a
Mm, mm,
face.
mm, mm.
I see the face. What do you think of that one?
That hurts. I think that is complete and utter bullshit. I think
Niggas
whoever
say that
came up with that
hurts.
is a racist. Yeah, no, whoever came up with
Yeah,
that
I
is
mean,
obviously a racist. obviously racist. And then I'm gonna tell you something else, bro. If
But that was the
say that
stereotype
no,
back then. That's why that's why that joke was made, because that was an actual
well,
stereotype.
back
Black people are lazy.
then, listen, what is the average black man gonna do when he doesn't have any money or food stamps?
I ain't got food stamps, nigga. I gotta work.
Okay, so I'm saying no. Let's not even take a person like yourself, a working class man. Let's take the average hood nigga on the streets.
He's gonna find a way to make some ends meet. He's gonna get some
Okay,
schnuckles.
is he
He's
gonna be
not gonna
looking in his
starve.
boot?
Not for no schnuckets, no.
No.
That's what I'm saying. That was the stereotype back then. That's what they were saying. They were saying the black man was so lazy, he don't get up to work. So all you gotta do is just put his means of source to getting food in his work boots, because he's never gonna go there to check them anyway. Because
Those
he doesn't
racists,
get up to
those
go to
are
work.
race, those people are racist.
I got another one for you though. Uh why do black dudes call each other brothers?
Why?
Because they don't know who their dad is.
Mm.
Yeah, I disappeared too. But
That's
once again, stereotypes. These were stereotypes that they said the brothers is just going around making these babies. That's what child support's for. They want to make these kids and not take care of them. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
mean, yeah.
Well,
So
that's what they do.
there's a lot of
That's what all
stereotypes.
that's not just a black man thing. That's an all men thing though. If you're broke and you don't have no money to take care of your kids, you're gonna be a deadbeat dad. Period.
You would think that. Why ain't they got? You would think that.
Because America
But
is
why
racist,
is it?
bro. So most of the stereotype,
Yeah,
America's racist
yeah.
first and foremost, and so whatever stereotypes they can throw off on blacks is going to get thrown off on blacks, even though it's pretty much stereotypical of everybody that's broke to do this type of thing. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, they do everybody. What's the sound of what sound does it what's that other one? What's the sound that you get when you throw silverware down the hallway?
Bling bling.
Ching chong ching chong ching.
Don't say
It's
that
supposed to
on
be,
here,
yeah.
man. Don't do that, man.
That's a
Stop. Listen,
stereotype. That's what I
bro.
just
Don't
said.
do that.
People do
That's not even.
stereotype of
Listen.
jokes. They ain't just got them for
That is
blacks. They
not
got
a
them for everybody.
stereotype. Listen, bro, you're blurring the lines of stereotype from just straight racist. That's just straight racist, Jay. That's not even stereotypical, bro.
That's
That's just
that
straight
is that
racist.
is
You
that
can't.
is straight racist. That is
That's you
straight
can't even
racist. But I
like
get the
like.
stereotype that they're trying to. I get where they're trying to what they're trying to do.
So that's like so okay. So
Hey,
Clayton
I don't make these
Bigsby.
up. I just hear them and repeat them and be like, "Dang, that's
That's a
messed up."
nasty one. That's a nasty one.
Yeah, I've
That's
heard
ugly,
stuff
man.
about
Um,
that. Yeah,
I don't do
it
racist
seems like the
jokes,
good
man.
ones are the black ones, though.
Yeah, no, I don't do racist jokes, man. You know, it just furthers the whole narrative of people being racist, man. So I just don't even, you know,
Mm,
and
yeah.
if it's used to like belittle, no. And I
Hmm.
was thinking in my head just while I was saying this about the Clayton Bigsby thing, but the Clayton Bigsby thing's not offensive because it's being used in comedy. But when you're saying those types of jokes, those jokes are meant to offend whatever race you're talking about.
Mm. But
See what I'm saying?
those jokes were made because of the stereotypes. That's what I was saying. Those jokes right there are jokes I've heard, and they are based on people's stereotypes.
Hmm.
That's exactly where those stem from. Those type of things, stereotypes. As I say, man, yeah, some people say some hurtful things. They can say some hurtful things. Just depends on how you take
Yeah.
it. Hmm. And I would
Well,
never, I'm not one to bash anybody, race, color, sexuality, whatever you do is what you do. I don't bash nobody. I like to think we all can get along. Yeah. Look, I didn't make him run off. I don't know where the hell he didn't want to. But yeah, stereotypes, and Dave Chappelle. Is there any other ones?
no, I'm here. It was just,
No, I'm just thinking any other
um,
stereotypes that you could think of.
uh, aside from the music thing and the music in the movies, I mean, the ones that really matter are like, the ones that we get to see, like the media. So it will basically be like movies. We pretty much touched on it. And so,
Alright.
can you think of anything else?
Nah, no, not off the head at the moment. No, but I
All
would
right.
like to
Well,
say, for the viewers out
go
there,
ahead,
always
bro.
like and subscribe, like always.
Yes,
We're gonna
sir.
keep coming with more and more content. We still
And
we
check
gonna
out our
talk. We
store.
supposed Yes, please check out the store. Yes, we got a store up now. It's they can check it out now, can't they?
Absolutely.
I think they can.
We're talking schnuckets. We're talking, you know what you did, and we're talking, ooh, you know, you can take your
Yes,
pick.
sir. And we're talking Kentucky Boys. This is Mike on podcast t-shirts too. Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yes, we
And so,
are.
yeah, man,
Yes, we are.
we appreciate y'all joining us, man. And yeah, like and subscribe, man. We out.
Yes.